A girl them don't know how she clap the thing like a go-go.
Come take a little dancing, baby. All I want is sweetness, baby. Why don't you come sweet me, honey? Fire in your waist, baby. Why don't you come burn me, honey? Voulez-vous, 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 voulez-vous danser avec moi? Voulez-vous, 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 voulez-vous danser avec moi? Dansez, dansez, dansez with me, baby. Fini danser avec moi. Come take a little dancing, baby. Dansez, dansez, dansez with me, darling. Fini danser avec moi. Come take a little dancing, baby.
Montez-moi pour qui yon ka sourire. Musique nous ka chaler la vie pas courir. Restez là, écoutez ça. Venez danser en moi, venez danser avec moi, venez danser avec moi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is prelude to the opening of the conference. Annual Conference of Delegates. We will stand as we welcome this national anthem. Executive has begun.
we fall out. Brethren, we go all out. We will never watch the family, them fall and sprawl out. From everywhere we crawl out. We ready to brawl out. Fire on the furnace family, we ball out. We jumping with we family. With we family. When we come to we mash up and turn up dance we like a army. Cause everybody jump it up together. Jump it up together. Mash it up together. Mash it up together. Wave it up together. Wave it up together. Jump it up together.
We'd like you to put your hands together for the delegate, the executive of San Fernando East. Come on, you can do better than that. Put your hands together. All right, we now ask you to remain standing as we ask Mr. Samuel to play the national anthem on our national instrument. Randall Mitchell, the Honorable Mr. Randall Mitchell, the MP for San Fernando East, Minister of Tourism. Put your hands together for him as he comes. Come on, put your hands together for the MP. The Honorable Randall Mitchell, MP for San Fernando East, Minister of Tourism. Let's remain standing as we have Mr. Samuel play our national anthem on our national instrument, the steel pan. Let's remain standing as we have our opening prayer done by Mr. Joan Ali, Lady Vice Chairman of the San Fernando East Women's League.
Almighty God, our loving and heavenly Father, we thank you once again for the privilege of being here this afternoon. Father, we thank you for strength. We thank you for health. We thank you for love, and we thank you for understanding. Father, this evening we bring before you the People's National Movement. We bring our Prime Minister before you and members of Parliament. Father, most of all this evening we bring before you San Fernando East. Father, our MP, the Honorable Randall Mitchell. Father, every arm of the San Fernando East constituency that bears the MP up, Father, we thank you. We praise you this evening and we glorify your name. And as we gather together as one, we pray that your blessings and your blood is going to cover our executive and members of our constituency. Father, we thank you this evening as you lead us through. Cover this evening proceedings and may it be done to your honor and to your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. You may have your seats. Get you in a much more comfortable mood as we have Miss Delina Robert Jeans come and sing for you this afternoon. Put your hands together for Miss Delina Robert Jeans.
Beside
San Fernando East, you can do better than that. Put your hands together for Miss Delina Roberts James. At this time, I want to welcome the chairman to give you the welcome address, Ms. Patricia Alexis.
Bring down the
Put your hands together for her.
Bring down the power. The power of love. Voting Councillor Abdon Mason, Honourable Major General Retired Edmund Dillon, MP for Point Fortin and Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ms. Joan Yule Williams, Deputy Political Leader, Party and Election Matters, our Member of Parliament, Mr. Adrian Leons, MP for Laventil East, Morva, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities, our Member of Parliament, Honourable Randall Mitchell, MP for San Fernando East and Minister of Tourism, members of the San Fernando City Council, other members at the head table, members of the San Fernando East Constituency Executive, Constituency Group, and delegates, friends of San Fernando East, specially invited guests, members of the media, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the PNM San Fernando East Constituency's 49th Annual Conference themed Operation Excellence. Friends of San Fernando East, for the last 2 years, our executive ensured our constituency has been bursting at the seams with outreach activities that ensure PNM policy, PNM vision, and most importantly, PNM love is felt in every polling division that falls under our purview. We in San Fernando East understand the pivotal role that we play in ensuring the People's National Movement remains at the helms of government. Today, you will hear just a few of the things that we have been able to accomplish, and you will also witness the installation of our newly elected executive. An executive that is red and ready to take San Fernando East by storm. An executive that is ready to usher our newly selected candidates for the upcoming local government elections into City Hall. An executive that understands the only alternative to the PNM is chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not by chance that we agreed on the theme Operation Excellence. You see, in San Fernando East, there simply is no room for mediocre or second best. As we forge ahead, we intend to do more for our communities and to be more to the people in our communities. And when the challenges appear, we will stand like the Rock of Gibraltar, remaining resolute on our journey of excellence. In closing, I encourage you to join with us on this operation of excellence. The bigger the team, the more the expertise, and the more we can get done. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome.
One time for Chairman's welcome, Ms. Patricia Alexis. At this time, we have the reading of the standing order by Ms. Abigail Cox, Secretary. Put your hands together as Ms. Abigail Cox comes to read the standing order.
Conference credentials shall be issued to each person and it shall thereafter be used for admission and participation in the business, subject to limitations stipulated in these rules. Each member or observer attending the conference shall before the opening session present his duly authenticated credentials to the Credentials Committee or other persons authorized to view them and thereafter, whenever so required. Each member present shall rise to address the chair and shall otherwise conform to the rules and requirements of the conference. No member shall speak on any subject before the conference for more than 5 minutes on any occasion except that the mover of a motion be allowed to speak for 10 minutes in introducing his motion and a further 5 minutes in exercising the right to reply. Any speaker, including the mover, may, by the approval of the conference, be given one extension of no more than 5 minutes on any occasion. The asking or answering of a question by permission of the chair or the taking of a point of order shall not be considered a speech. The ruling of the chairman on all matters shall be final. The conference shall not transact any business which does not appear on the agenda, except by special permission from the chair. Voting at the conference shall be on the basis of 1 vote per member and shall, except for the elections to any office, be by show of hands. Observers shall not have the right to vote, nor without the express permission of the chair be permitted to speak on any question before the conference. The chairman shall have an original and casting vote. In any matter on which the standing orders are silent, the chairman shall determine the procedure to be followed, and in the exercise of his or her discretion, he or she shall be guided by generally accepted rules of parliamentary practice.
Put your hands together for Ms. Alexander Cox. The opening of conference by the Honorable Major General Retired Esmond Tiller, MP for Point Fortin, Minister of Housing and Urban Development.
Member of Parliament for San Fernando East and Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Randall Mitchell, Member of Parliament for Laventille East Mover, and Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities, the Honorable Adrian Lyons, Your Worship, the Mayor of Point Fortin, Councillor Abdon Mason, Deputy Political Leader of the People's National Movement, Mrs. Joan Williams, members of the Executive of San Fernando East Constituency, members of San Fernando East Constituency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good evening to you all. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me this evening to be part and parcel of San Fernando's East Conference of Delegates. Point Fortin and San Fernando East seems to share a great deal in common. I can say without fear or favor, without contradiction, that both constituents have shown a great deal of resolve, dedication, and commitment to the People's National Movement. That deserves a wonderful applause, ladies and gentlemen. But we also have linkages not only in that vein, but through personal contacts. Your very own Member of Parliament, the Honorable Randall Mitchell, do in fact has some Point Fortin roots. After all, his father was the Mayor of Point Fortin for some time. He himself had some formative years in Point Fortin and believed that's the reason why he entered politics. Both of us also entered into politics around the same time in 2015, where we got our feet literally wet. And also, coincidentally, we sit right next to one another around the table in cabinet. So we do have some linkages between Point Fortin and of course San Fernando East. But let us take a fleeting glance for a short moment about the history of San Fernando East. I believe that San Fernando East has been majestically constructed on magnificent pillars. And I use the word M clearly, majestically and magnificent. on 3 ends, on the famous 3 ends, Montano, Manning, and now Mitchell. And I certainly believe that there's a reason for that. But when you look around, you see that the effort that these goodly gentlemen have done is manifested in a number of structures around us. The very one that we're in today, the community center, first had its identity under Montano in 1964 when it was a wooden structure, and through Guyap at the time, they created a structure then. In 2008, under then Patrick Manning, he recreated and created another structure enhancing the Montano's benefit. And then we see in 2018, through Minister Mitchell and the Minister of Community Development and Culture of the Arts, in 2018, we dedicated this very structure to the people of Fernando. And as you look around us, right next door we have the health center, we have the village plaza, we have the sporting complex, we have Orchid Gardens. All those are what we call manifestation of the effort and the work of the representatives of San Fernando East, and by extension, the People's National Movement. So we are saying that a lot of work has been done in this constituency by the People's National Movement, to the extent where I may proclaim, if I may be so bold to say, that what has happened in Pleasantville, it suggests to me that Pleasantville seems to be the capital of the San Fernando East constituency. I'm sure some of the delegates, especially the one for this area, would agree with me. But today, it's a day when we prepare, at the end of the day, for the local government election of 2019, and of course, by extension, the general election of 2020. If I'm to use the analogy of an aeroplane, at this point, you have advertised, people have bought the ticket. In other words, they are financial members. The plane is filled to capacity. And after the day, the pilots will take you to the destination, which is already known, because you bought the ticket and you know the destination. But after the day, the pilots, the delegates, and the members of the executive will be the ones who will take that aircraft with you fully packed to the destination, which is only one and only one, to win the elections, the local government election of 2019, and of course the general election of 2020. But I trust and I know that they are ready and ready. I looked at the team and it says Operation Excellence. The two powerful words, Operation Excellence. Operation, as a military man, speaks to two levels. One at the strategic level and the other at the tactical level. The team at the head table here on this stage are the ones that will guide the constituency at the strategic level. The directions in which this constituency will go. And at the tactical level, at the other level, would be all you ladies and gentlemen who would be on the ground, in the homes, on the streets, making sure that we pull out all and most of, if not all the voters in San Fernando East constituency to the benefit of the People's National Movement. And I'm sure that you can do so. When you look at the other part of your powerful word that speaks to excellence, I use a quote from Aristotle, the famous Greek philosopher, who said that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. And so if you want excellence in operations, you have to develop as a constituency the habit of excellence. Excellence in everything that you do, in what you say, what you mean, the people you interact with must be based on that excellence, of that motto you have there in terms of operational excellence. But again, I'm quite sure based on your history that you can well do so and ensure to the benefit of the people of the constituency. Today it's my duty and my privilege to declare the San Fernando East Conference of Delegates, the 49th conference, open. And I so do. May God continue to bless us all and bless our nation. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dillon. It is always a pleasure to have you with us, and thank you for those words of wisdom. Much appreciated. We now move on to we now ask that Ms. Lynette Carleen Graje present the minutes of the last conference of delegates. Ms. Lynette Carleen Graje, Assistant Secretary.
Member of Parliament for Point Fortin and Minister of Housing Development Corporation, the Honorable Edmund Dillon. Member of Parliament for Laventille East Mover, the Honorable Adrian Lyons. Member of Parliament for San Fernando East and Minister of Tourism, Honorable Randall Mitchell. Deputy Political Leader, Ms. Joan Williams. Chairman of the San Fernando East Constituency, Ms. Patricia Alexis. Secretary of the San Fernando East Constituency, Ms. Abigail Cox. Other members of the head table, distinguished members of San Fernando East Executive, specially invited guests, delegates, and observers. Good afternoon. The San Fernando East Conference of Delegates took place on Saturday, the 4th November 2016 at the Oasis Garden Conference Center, Royal Road, San Fernando. The welcome address was delivered by the then chairman, Mr. Kennedy Fleming. He expressed his gratitude to the constituency for giving him the opportunity of being the chairman for the past term. He further indicated that San Fernando East has a rich legacy and which to stand on and a foundation that has stood the test of time. Opening of conference. The conference was formally opened by the Member of Parliament for Digo Martin Central, Honorable Darrell Smith. In doing so, he thanked the chairman and members of the executive for giving him the opportunity to be a part of the conference and wish that the day's deliberation would benefit all participants. Reports. Reports from the Secretary, Women's League, Treasurer, and the City Council were presented and approved by the delegates. MP's address, Honorable Randall Mitchell. Our Member of Parliament, Honorable Randall Mitchell, stated that he was pleased to address this 48th Annual Conference of Delegates. He expressed his enthusiasm and delight as being the parliamentary representative for the best constituency. Mr. Mitchell thanked the constituency for its support and provided the following key highlights of proposed project in the constituency. Street lighting in each electoral district. Pleasantville County Center to be refurbished. Coquet Center to be rebuilt. Taradale Community Center to be built. Develop play parks in the constituency. In closing, Mr. Mitchell stated that San Fernando East constituency was stronger than ever, and we all need to do our part to ensure that it remains so. He wished the new executive well in its endeavors and urged us to continue to raise the bar for others to follow. Vote of thanks. Our Public Relations Officer, Mr. Anthony Clark, delivered the vote of thanks. The evening was brought to a close with entertainment by Mr. Rondell Dunwell, Mr. Darren Shepherd, Mr. Nigel O'Connor, and Mrs. Marissa Keegan. Respectfully submitted, Lynette Carly Braji, Assistant Secretary.
Thank you, Ms. Braji. Members, are there any errors or omissions? Can I ask that someone please confirm the minutes of the last conference of delegates? Thank you, Ms. George. Can I ask that someone please second? Thank you. We now move on to the presentation of reports. I invite Ms. Khadija Grant to present the Youth League report.
the Mayor of Point Fortin, Councillor Abdul Mason, Honorable Major General Retired Edmund Dillon, MP for Point Fortin, and the Minister of Housing and Development, Mr. Adrian Leons, MP for Laventille East Mover, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities, Ms. Joni Williams, Deputy Political Leader, Party and Election Matters, the Honorable Randall Mitchell, MP for San Fernando East, and Minister of Tourism, Ms. Patricia Alexis, Chairman of the San Fernando East Constituency, other members at the head table, members of the San Fernando East Constituency Executive, Constituency Group, and delegates, friends of San Fernando East, specially invited guests, members of the media, good evening and welcome. I would like to thank each and every one of you present here today for making the extra effort to attend the People's National Movement San Fernando East Constituency 49th Annual Conference of Delegates. As Secretary of the San Fernando East Youth League, I would like to take you on the journey that we, the San Fernando East Youth League, has embarked on during our first term in office from September 2017 to present. Because of the large number of activities, it would be condensed in all the activities we would have partaken in from 2017 to present. For the year 2017, we would have engaged in a number of activities from our installation date September 30th, 2017. We gave assistance and aid to the island of Dominica in 2017, where we were able to successfully assist in donating items after the destruction faced by Hurricane Irma in September 2017. We partnered with other arms within the People's National Movement to provide support and relief. We journeyed to Maruga Tabelon also to give assistance to the constituents after they were affected by heavy rainfall and landslides in September and October 2017. We attended the annual National Youth League Conference 2017, which was held at Coover Point Recess Chamber of Commerce on Sunday 22nd October, where our very own Ms. Shanika Curtin, Chairman of the San Fernando East Youth League, was elected as a committee member of the National Youth League. We hosted our first grand annual fundraiser, which would have been our sweet box sale on Saturday night, December 2017. We received tremendous support and the event was a resounding success. Our activities for the year of 2018 began with the National Youth League Corridor Competition on Novelty Games 2018, where we would have placed first largest contingent and second in the corridor competition. We would have honored 4 key ladies in San Fernando East for Mother's Day 2018. Those 4 influential ladies were the Deputy Political Leader of our great party, Ms. Joni Williams, the Women's League Chairman, Ms. Joan Allen, the wife of our late former Prime Minister and Member of Parliament, Mrs. Hazel Manning, and Mrs. Shirley Nichols, who has been a stalwart in the constituency for many years. We would have held a fun day at the Mothers Union Children Home on November 25th, 2018, where we would have visited the home, interacted with the children, assisted with homework and revision exercises, and we also engaged in playing football, cricket, and many other fun activities. We would have conducted a San Fernando East Christmas book drive for December 2018, where we would have collected books, both new and used, to distribute to the children of San Fernando East for Christmas. However, based on our collection, we were unable to successfully complete the drive, but we were able to deliver the books received to 3 primary schools, namely Pleasantville Government Primary, Monrico RC Primary, and Coquille Government Primary. The Youth League also assisted in many other San Fernando East activities for the Health Fair for All under the patronage of the Honorable Randall Mitchell, held on Saturday 14th April at the Pleasantville Community Center. Balize Crew vs. San Fernando East Windball and Cricket All-Force competition held on Saturday 12th May 2018 at the Pleasantville Community Center grounds, and the People's National Movement San Fernando East Sports and Family held on Sunday 24th June 2018 at the Coquille Recreational Grounds. For the year of 2019, we would have engaged in breakfast meetings where we would have met for several workout sessions with our youth officer, Ms. Anisha Beach, which all were invited to attend. We would have also in making preparations for our annual general meeting for 2019. Currently, we are in the process of building and strengthening the youth league. We are interested in having a career fair and many more community activities. It was an honor and privilege to serve the capacity of secretary, and I was given the opportunity to document all the hard work, efforts, and togetherness of the youth of this great constituency. Your secretary, Khadija Grant.
Thank you, Khadija. We just heard the Youth League report. Are there any comments? Can I invite someone? Can I invite someone to move that the report be adopted? Can I move someone to adopt? I ask that someone move that we adopt the report. Thank you. Someone second? Thank you. We now pause. Shiv Shakti is here to do entertainment for us, but they have to go to Carifesta. And so we're going to pause with the reports and enjoy their entertainment so that they'll be able to get to their destination on time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Shiv Shakti Dance Troupe. and gentlemen, the Church Factory Dance Group. So we now continue with our reports. I invite Ms. Lynette Graji to present the Women's League report.
Member of Parliament for San Fernando East and Minister of Tourism, Honorable Randall Mitchell. Chairman of the San Fernando East Constituency, Mistress Patricia Alexis. All protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. People's National Movement, San Fernando East Constituency Women's League, Secretary's Report, September 2017 to June 2019. Let your light so shine before men, and they may see good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. It is with a considerable sense of commitment and loyalty that the Women's League is nationally charged and always referred to as the backbone of the People's National Movement. The honor is mine to present the Secretary's report on the San Fernando East Women's League for the period under review. I trust that you will agree from the activities upon which we were engaged during the period that we passed the performance test. The annual general meeting was held on Tuesday, 19 September 2017 at the Constituency Office, Navet Road, San Fernando. The returning officers were Mr. Alexander George and Mr. Roger Paris. The following persons were elected to serve for the term 2017 to 2019. Lady Vice, Ms. Joan Allen, Vice Chairman, Ms. Ivy Purdy, Secretary, Ms. Lynette Graji, Assistant Secretary, Ms. Tricia Bernard, Treasurer, Ms. Lavon Douglas, PRO, Ms. Ann Donowa, Education Officer, Ms. Abigail Cox, Welfare Officer, Ms. Valerie Toussaint. Committee members, Eunice Benjamin, Genevieve Gandhi, Maxine Thomas, Shirley Nichols, June Christopher, Stephanie Allison, Susan Allen, Lisa Cupid, Monica Stout, Dolores Moore. Constituency Group Representative, Alicia Gomes, Bernadine Maynard, Irma Williams. Constituency Conference, Tiffany Mark, Sonia Walcott, Genevieve Gandhi. Annual Women's League Conference, Joan Allen, Ivy Purdy, Abigail Cox, Maxine Thomas, Lynette Graji. Meetings, Executive and Membership. For the period September 2017 to June 2019, the San Fernando East Women's League held 17 executive meetings, 6 special meetings, 11 membership meetings. Social activities, senior citizen luncheon. In keeping with the welfare of our membership, the League treated the seniors in the constituency with lots of love. These events took place on Monday the 30th of October 2017 and Monday the 29th of October 2018 at the Pleasantville Community Center. The seniors took part in different competitions and won lots of prizes. Breakfast, lunch, and dessert were also provided. The seniors were pampered for the day and left in great glory. Children's Street. The San Fernando East Women's League treated 150 children from different areas within the constituency on Saturday the 16th of December 2017 at the Orchid Gardens Play Park. Our Member of Parliament, Honorable Randall Mitchell, even graced us with his presence. The children came out and had lots of fun. Snacks, toys, and party bags were given to the children. They all left extremely happy. Love boxes. The League continues to support the less fortunate within the constituency. Our annual Christmas hamper distribution was held on Saturday, the 27th of January 2017 and Thursday, the 20th of December 2018 at the constituency office. 25 boxes were given to constituents who were very thankful. We filled spaces in their cupboards and joy in their hearts. Fundraisers, raffle. The first raffle was drawn on Tuesday, 28 November 2017. 500 sheets were printed and the prizes were as follows. First prize, a tablet. Second prize, one blender. Third prize, an electric fan. The second raffle was drawn on Tuesday, 17th of April 2018. The prizes were as follows. First prize, a trip for two to Tobago. Second prize, one 12-piece dinner set. Third prize, an electric fan. Sweet box sale. On Thursday, the 29th of March 2018 and on Thursday, the 18th of March 2019, we had our annual sweet box sale. Members of the League donated items for this venture and it was a great success. Mother's Day and Father's Day function. On Saturday, the 19th of May 2018 and Saturday, the 25th of May 2019, the Women's League held the signature event at City Hall Auditorium. There were lots of giveaways and entertainment, as well as a fashion and dance competition. We must commend the chairman of this signature event, Ms. Abigail Cox, and her team for their hard work. And ensuring that this event was successful and a memorable one. Hats off to you, Ms. Cox. Well done. Religious. An evening of prayer. In everything we do, we need to give God thanks and praise. The Women's League held an evening of prayer on Sunday, the 26th November 2017 and Sunday, the 24th of March 2019 at the constituency office, Navet Road, San Fernando. Members of the San Fernando East came together in praise and worship. In attendance was our Member of Parliament, the Honorable Randall Mitchell, councillors and our chairman, Mrs. Patricia Alexis. And bringing the sermon for the evening was Sister Stacy Williams. Prayer service. As the Almighty wakes us up every morning and also to see a new year, the Women's League held a prayer service on Wednesday, the 24th January 2018 at the constituency office. The sermon was given by lay minister Mr. Fitzgerald Yabo. Mr. Patrick Manning Memorial. On the 19th of August 2018, the League decided to journey to Mount St. Benedict to celebrate the life of our former Member of Parliament, Mr. Patrick Manning. The League attended the 3 p.m. Mass. It has been 3 years since he departed from this earth. This date was chosen because of Mr. Manning's birthday, the 17th of August. May perpetual light shine upon him. May he rest in peace. Remembering the Titans. San Fernando East continue to salute our foundation members who have not been able to attend meetings due to personal health challenges. We say thank you to these exceptional ladies who contributed tremendously to the Women's League. Ms. Verna Elliott, Ms. Cecilia Simpson, Ms. Elvira James, Ms. Rosalind Jackson. I would like to sincerely thank our Lady Vice, Ms. Joan Allen, the executive and membership of the San Fernando East League for giving me the privilege to serve as secretary for the term 2017 to 2019. A strong woman stands up for herself. A strong woman stands up for everyone else. This woman is no other than our Lady Vice, Ms. Joan Allen. Ms. Allen stood resiliently with all women of this league. to you, Madam Lady Vice, as I share these quotes with you. Women are like tea bags. You never know how strong they are until they are in hot waters. We must keep our heels, our heads, and our standards high. If you look down, then we are just admiring our shoes. We, the women of San Fernando East, stand strong with our Member of Parliament, the Honorable Randall Mitchell. We stand strong. We stand strong with our constituency chairman, Mistress Patricia Alexis. We stand strong with our national lady vice, Mistress Camille Robinson-Rayfield. We also stand firm with our political leader and Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Ladies, as you all know, that we are the backbone and the strength of this great party, the People's National Movement. And as we are about to face the polls at the upcoming local election 2019, general election 2020, my dear friends, I assure you, we will beat them in the east, beat them in the west, beat them in the north, and mash them up in the south. And we all shall say, in one accord, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we all shall prevail.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from our Women's League, the San Fernando East Women's League. Are there any errors or omissions? Any comments? Can someone please move that the report be adopted? Thank you. Can I invite someone to please second? Thank you. Allow me, before we proceed, allow me to recognize the presence of our General Secretary, Senator Fernando. We also have with us the Chairman of the Point of Air Constituency, Mr. Andrew Alves. Welcome. We now move on to the City Council report. I invite Councillor Robert Paris.
Chairman of the San Fernando East constituency, Mrs. Patricia Alexis, and the members of the San Fernando East Executive, Member of Parliament for San Fernando East and Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Randall Mitchell, General Secretary of the People's National Movement, Senator the Honorable Foster Cummings, Deputy Political Leader of the PNM, our very own Miss Joan Yule Williams, Member of Parliament for Point Fortin, and the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, the Honorable Major General Retired Edmund Dillon, Member of Parliament for Laventille East, and Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities, the Honorable Adrian Leons, Mayor for the Borough of Point Fortin, His Worship Councillor Abdul Mason, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I present the report of the San Fernando City Council 2017 to 2019. The importance of an effective municipal corporation is paramount to our system of governance as it affects the daily needs of our citizenry. There has been a shift in our social values as the demands of our citizens have changed, and the current local government system enacted through the Municipal Corporations Act 1990 is antiquated. Therefore, as a responsible political organization, the PNM first introduced to the population our proposed draft for the reform of the local government system in 2008. However, we were unceremoniously defeated in both the general and local government elections in 2010 and were forced to endure a period considered as the modern dark ages of politics in Trinidad and Tobago. We hear the complaints, we hear the cries of the population, and what we must not forget is local government isn't central government. And to meet the demands of our population means that there must be proper funding to the local government corporations, as the various municipalities must modernize their operations to the citizens and must be encouraged to pay their property tax in an equitable system reflective of the modern-day property valuations. Therefore, the surplus revenues earned through property tax will be a way to enhance on how we in San Fernando City Corporation can have the much-needed funding to effectively serve the citizens of San Fernando. The decision by the former administration to axe the tax has effectively crippled the local government system. And under this period of economic recovery, our Honorable Prime Minister has indicated it is not business as usual. The population must adapt to the internal and external challenges of living in the modern 21st century Trinidad and Tobago. This report outlines the accomplishments and the challenges of the San Fernando City Corporation for the period 2017 to 2019. Traffic in the city of San Fernando. One of the major accomplishments of this council, led by His Worship Alderman Junior Regrello, was the San Fernando Traffic Plan. This plan was on the drawing board under Mayor Regrello's predecessor, former Mayor, now Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Senator the Honorable Kasim Hussein. And a mechanism was created to collect the requisite data, which encompassed public consultation of all major stakeholders throughout the city of San Fernando. The mayor and the council were resolute in effectively creating a free flow of traffic within the Harris Promenade, High Street, Mokorapo Street, Pointe-a-Pierre Road, and Carrot Street catchment area. Further consultation with the stakeholders led to decisions which included the widening of Harris Promenade to accommodate an extra lane of traffic, a designated drop-off and pick-up point around various schools in the city, the relocation and expansion of taxi stands in areas that do not hamper the free flow of traffic, increased visibility of traffic wardens, municipal and national police, and proper street signs and road markings. The council also decided to improve on the work that was previously started on the Renzi Curtin, Todd Street, and Park Street catchment area. An extra lane leading motorists from Todd Street onto Renzi Curtin was created, and a designated area outside of the San Fernando Central Secondary School to accommodate drop-off and pick-up, and extra parking for the staff was created. Important facts, and I must state this for people to understand. The San Fernando City Council to date has bought over 500 gallons of paint to aid traffic management in painting road markings throughout the city. During this difficult economic period, we are asked to supply traffic management with paint, and we were not always able to meet this request. Point 2. Recently, rural development assisted the city of San Fernando with the repaving and road markings in the Lower High Street shopping district. We move on. Development of the San Fernando Heritage Trust. The San Fernando City Council believes in the creation of a strategic alliance with members of the public who are of like mind and are equally interested in the holistic development of the city of San Fernando. The creation of the San Fernando Heritage Trust seeks to identify heritage sites throughout the city and acts as a legally registered body to lobby the central government to assist the city in the upkeep of our heritage sites. For many years, the task of keeping these heritage sites fell on the San Fernando City Council. However, without proper budgetary mechanisms and a difference in the legislative agenda of our historical San Fernando sites, with the exception of the San Fernando Hill, are in disrepair and in need of physical restoration. The San Fernando Heritage Trust has effectively identified these heritage sites and an attempt to attract and enhance our San Fernando tourism product. They have placed signs at some of these historical sites which state the history of these sites. Important facts. The San Fernando City Council has written the judiciary about the current conditions of the former San Fernando High Court, which is a heritage site, and asked them to properly liaise with the City Engineering Department through the Building Inspectorate and the Public Health Department to act within the confines of the Municipal Corporations Act and to consider the role of the City Corporation and its responsibility to the citizens of San Fernando. Point 2. The San Fernando Heritage Trust was formed based on a request from the Ministry of Planning and Development along with the National Heritage Trust to various municipalities throughout the city, asking them to identify heritage sites. San Fernando Center for the Displaced. This is another legacy project started under our current minister when he was the mayor of San Fernando. The facility was the location of the old Revival Time Assembly Church on King's Wharf and was furbished through the generosity of San Fernando businesses who volunteered themselves and their resources to complete this structure. Under this current mayor and council, a new management structure was created and it is to work in tandem with Port Shamrock. The Center for the Displaced is to operate as an assessment center to identify the needs of those registered to access help and gather information identifying the various skill sets amongst the socially displaced. There have been volunteers from the Southern Muslim Network who have assisted in providing free haircuts, clothing, shower facilities, and meals for the homeless. Renaming of the streets throughout the city. The City Council took a decision to rename streets throughout the city after local San Fernandans who have contributed significantly towards the development of the city and by extension Trinidad and Tobago. Therefore, streets were named after our heroes such as Hazley Crawford, TNT's first gold medalist, Dr. Rupert Inda, medical doctor entrepreneur, Bobby Muhammad, steel band arranger, the Belgrove family, prominent business family, and Kenny Professor Fillmore, internationally known ambassador to steel pan music. The members of council continue to honor members of the various electoral districts by renaming streets, open spaces, and parks and playfields in honor of residents who serve the city and by extension our country. Important fact, the San Fernando City Council recognizes the contribution of an independent and body of civic-minded San Fernandans chaired by Ms. Joyce Caesar, who serves as the chairman of the committee charged with the responsibility to ensure nominated persons meet the criteria set forth by the policy of the council to bestow the honor of getting an asset of the city corporation named after them. Keys to the city of San Fernando. During this period, the following persons received the keys to the city of San Fernando. Rupert Inda, medical in medicine and entrepreneurship. Keith Belgrove on behalf of the Belgrove family, entrepreneurship, Calypso Rose and David Rudder, entertainment. Promotion of culture in the city of San Fernando. Various activities were planned throughout the city by the members of council in the electoral districts. These events were hosted by various councillors in partnership with NGOs, CBOs, sports clubs in the various electoral districts. This relationship between our elected officials and members of their communities serves as a conduit for the promotion of cultural and family values. During this period, the City Council hosted the biggest concert in recent years in Skinner Park as international Jamaican recording artist Chronix was the main attraction for City Month celebrations in 2017. The students of the various schools throughout the city got an opportunity to interact with Chronix, and our statistics show that during this period there was a stimulation of economic activity throughout the city, as there was increased numbers of visitors to the hotels, increased higher transportation, increased sales in our designated vending areas inside and outside of Skinner Park. The benefit of hosting this concert encouraged a growth in the relation between the city of San Fernando and the city of Kingston, as the mayor of Kingston visited San Fernando City Hall to pay a courtesy visit to our mayor. We must especially acknowledge the contribution of our former PNM National Youth League officer, Mr. Chinoa Allen, and his promotion team, which included yours truly, for the efforts in making this concert a resounding success. In 2018, the mayor and the members of council transformed Naparima Bowl back to its glory days, when the city council hosted Trinidad and Tobago's very own Dr. David Michael Rudder in concert. This concert was attended by members of the general public who were pleasantly surprised at the ambience and the international quality of the stage management to this concert. Members of the public interacted with the members of council as everyone got up out of their seats and danced and enjoyed the night away as we could only do in the city of San Fernando. Conclusion. I want to thank the executives of all the PNM constituencies throughout the city of San Fernando, which include Pointe-a-Pierre, San Fernando West, and of course our beloved San Fernando East, for bestowing upon us the opportunity to serve our community. Our political leader, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, and the National Executive of the People's National Movement for giving every member of this council the institutional guidance and support that is the benchmark in proper political service to this country. To the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, the Honorable Senator Kazim Hussein, we specially thank him for his unwavering support despite the social and economic challenges in this period in the history of our country. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, we thank you for prioritizing local government as national policy. The PNM continues to put the needs of the people of this country first. And as we humbly seek your mandate to continue to serve you in the city of San Fernando, we humbly ask you, when the local government elections bell is rung, you vote for all the incumbent candidates. You vote for Arnold Sugrim in Marabella East. You vote for Laverne Smith in Marabella West. You vote for Anderson Williams in Lesafort West Laramine. You vote for Mr. Philip Montano in Marabella South Vista Bella. You vote for Teresa Lynch in Coquet Taruba. And you vote for yours truly in Pleasantville. You must also elect our new prospective candidates. You vote Reyes Hussein in Lesafort East Superior. And you vote for, I'll leave the best to last, Mr. Nigel Coutier in Monrepo Navet. And when you show that confidence in our performance to manage the affairs of the city remains with this winning team, we can say with confidence that great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and it shall prevail. Respectfully submitted, Robert Carris, Councillor for Pleasantville, on behalf of the members of the San Fernando City Council.
Thank you, Councillor Paris. Are there any comments or queries? There being none, can someone please adopt the report? Can I invite someone to second, please? Thank you. We now move on to the Secretary's report by Ms. Abigail Cox. Ms. Abigail Cox.
Thank you very much. Chairman of the San Fernando East Constituency, Mrs. Patricia Alexis. Our Member of Parliament for San Fernando East, the Honorable Randall Mitchell. His Worship the Mayor of Point Fortin, Councillor Abden Mason, and he's also a returning officer for this evening. Or look at that, you know. My second favorite member of Parliament, I find you not listening. My second favorite member of Parliament, Laventil East Morval. Thank you, sir. Honorable Adrian Leons. Our very own General Secretary of the People's National Movement, the darling Senator Foster Cummings. Mr. Cummings, you are well loved in San Fernando East, if nowhere else, but you are loved in San Fernando East. Our Deputy Political Leader, Party and Election Matters, Mrs. Joan Yule Williams. Member of Parliament for Point Fortin, the Honorable Major General Retired Edmund Dillon. Distinguished guests, distinguished members of the San Fernando East Executive, distinguished delegates, observers, a pleasant good afternoon. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. Madam Chairman, Mrs. Patricia Alexis, and other members, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to report to you on the activities of the San Fernando East constituency for the period beginning November 2017 to July 2019. During the period under review, the constituency held the following meetings: Executive 18, Constituency Group 19, Special Meetings 5. The San Fernando East constituency of the People's National Movement began the political year with 33 party groups, 1 youth league and 1 women's league. To build a strong team, you must see someone else's strength as a complement to your weakness, not a threat to your position or authority. Bearing this in mind, at the beginning of the term, the executive hit the road running with the following committees being formed: Fundraiser, chaired by Larry Alexander; Education Committee, Ms. Carleen Raje; the Election Committee, Mr. Nigel Coutier; the Field Officer Committee, Ms. Erica Taylor; the Finance Committee, Patricia Alexis, Kenneth Prescott, and Navi Maharaj. Ladies and gentlemen, the San Fernando East constituency went into a by-election due to the resignation of the Assistant Secretary. On the 11th of July, Ms. Lynette Graje was voted unanimously as the Assistant Secretary. As a result of this, the education position became vacant and Mr. Kenneth Williams was voted unanimously into the position. This exercise was supervised by Mr. Andrew Alves from the party's executive. Calendar of events. December 2017. December 23rd, Party Group 15, Christmas walkabout in the streets of Pleasantville. December 19th and December 21st, donation of Christmas hampers for the Christmas season. March 24th, 2018, the Grassroots Community Group of St. Martin hosted their Easter bonnet competition at the St. Martin Regional Complex. It was also in this month the members of the executive celebrated with centenarian our very own Coquet girl, simple lady, Miss Adele Augustine. April 2018, the San Fernando East constituency hosted our 3rd annual health fair and 5K at the Pleasantville Community Center. May 2018. May 12th will go down in history, ladies and gentlemen, when San Fernando East defeated Balize Crew in the cricket tournament right here on these grounds at the Pleasantville Community Center. And yes, folks, we can play cricket too. June 7th, San Fernando East Back in Times Dance was held at the Pleasantville Community Center under the chairmanship of Mrs. Dolores Moore. December 2nd, 2018, the Pleasantville Community Car Park was transformed as the San Fernando East constituency hosted their Christmas dinner. During this month, several Christmas treats were hosted by almost all the area managers throughout the constituency. February 24th, 2019, the San Fernando East constituency hosted its annual fundraiser entitled MFET, Let's Start the Magic. And what a magical evening it was. During the month of April, area managers and councillors hosted various Easter and Sports Day events throughout the constituency. It would be remiss of me at this time if I did not pay homage to Party Group 20 of Pity Moon under the chairmanship and area manager, Mr. Gerard Dave Kwame, when we hosted a fashion show at the St. John's Community Center on August 4th. This event was a huge success. Congratulations also to Ms. Lynette Athley for her lovely designs. Ladies and gentlemen, this event in particular was huge, phenomenal I might add. The San Fernando East hosted its second Sports and Family Day on 24th of June 2018 at the Coquet Recreational Grounds. All area managers mobilized to the extreme with magnificent colors. Orchid Gardens, fuchsia pink, Coquet, teal, Taradale and St. Madeleine, orange, Monrepo, black, Marabella, South Vista Bella, blue, Central, white, Pleasantville, purple. The march past competition was fierce. Areas squared off and marched to the music of their choice. In the end, the results were as follows. 3rd, Orchid Gardens. 2nd, Coquet. And 1st, Monrepo with their Monrepo Panthers. Congratulations goes out to Mr. Nigel Coutier and Ms. Anisha Bish and their team for the excellent work they would have put in. Congratulations also to all the area managers for their efforts. Member of Parliament. During the period under review, our Member of Parliament, the Honourable Randall Mitchell, was quite assiduous in ensuring that the needs of his constituents are met. The following is a breakdown of such. The beginning of construction works on the Pleasantville Community Center on October the 5th, 2017. Knowing that we, the ladies in San Fernando East, loves the mall, and for us not to be stranded, as we normally are, he ensured a Christmas mall shuttle was put in place in November 2017. On March 27th, 2018, The formal reopening of the Pleasantville Community Center was done by our Member of Parliament, the Honorable Randall Mitchell, and Minister of Community Development, Honorable Dr. Nyan Gadsby Dolly. Education is very important, and every child deserves that right. On the 17th of August 2018, our Member of Parliament distributed school supplies to 200 young constituents in preparation for the new school term. Also, visually impaired Jadon received full school supplies as a gift from our Member of Parliament. Monripo apartments have been installed and new lighting fixtures have been installed. This exercise was done on the 16th of August 2018. Marabella South Vista Villa also was a recipient of restored lighting fixtures. December 22nd, 2017, presentation of tokens to the members of San Fernando East Executive, area managers, and all those who offer tremendous support throughout the year. Ladies and gentlemen, our Member of Parliament continues to hold the torch as he leads the way. His appreciation for the constituency cannot be doubted as he continues to serve in the best interest of us all. National events. Once again, the members of the San Fernando East constituency demonstrated their loyalty to the People's National Movement by showing up in their numbers at these activities. The constituency participated actively in the following events at the national level: the party's annual Senior Citizens Luncheon, the Internal Elections 2018, the PNM Annual Convention 2018 held in Shaw Park, Tobago, PNM Christmas Children's Treat at Valley House, all public meetings, party annual sports and family day at the Chaguanas Recreation Ground. The San Fernando East March Past team secured victory once again at the PNM Sports and Family Day on August 12, 2018, with their display, San Fernando East Panthers. Special thanks to Mr. Timothy Grant, Mr. Nigel Coutier, and Mr. Nisha Beach and the team for their excellent service and delivery. Party's 63rd anniversary. The People's National Movement celebrated its 63rd anniversary as a party in Trinidad and Tobago during the period under review. The party held a grand celebration on the 26th of January 2019 at the prestigious National Academy for the Performing Arts. San Fernando East was in its splendor at the party's anniversary. Although some had to be turned away, we enjoyed ourselves immensely. Scores of attendees were left disappointed after they were turned away by ushers as the 1,200 seats in auditorium were already filled. Welfare. Our welfare officer, Mrs. Dolores Moore, plays an integral part in the well-being of the constituents. The following are highlights of just a few things that were done: collection of relief items for flood victims, cash donation to the bereaved family of Larry Granlund, who was a very esteemed and loyal servant, not only to the Marabella South Vistabella area, but to the San Fernando East constituency. Other cash donations were given together with hampers to other members who would have passed away. Local government. During the period under review, the constituency was represented by 4 local government representatives and an alderman. They are as follows: Councillor Robert Paris for Pleasantville, Councillor Philip Montano for Marabella South Vistabella, Councillor Patricia Victor Wilson, Monripo Navet, Councillor Teresa Lynch, Koke Taruba, and Alderman Maxine Thomas. We wish to thank you for your service and contributions you would have made. Ladies and gentlemen, the local government elections are upon us, and San Fernando East will have 4 candidates. Allow me 1 minute. Councillor Robert Paris, Pleasantville. Councillor Philip Montano, Marabella South Isabella, Councillor Teresa Lynch, Koki Taruba, and our newbie, Mr. Nigel Kuti. We don't expect to lose any seats, so I just want to wish you all the best. Bereavement. During the period under review, the constituency mourned the passing of a number of outstanding members. We will always remember them with love and fondest memories for their service to the constituency and the party. We remember Larry Gwanlon, Gavin Chinning, Hiram Cox, Lionel Pierre, Andrea Torres, Atiba Williams, who is the son of our very hard-working former assistant area manager for Monroe, Ms. Debetta Fleming, and Dr. Kimber Warwick. May the souls of the dearly departed find eternal rest. Tributes. 3 tributes. 1, office staff. The office staff continues to service not only the constituency but the party whenever required. We extend our deep appreciation for their efforts. Our staff include Mrs. Patricia Alexis, Ms. Carol Warwick, Ms. Anisha Beach, Ms. Nikita Ewing, and Mr. Keith Critchlow. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. The second tribute is to our chairman of the San Fernando East constituency, and I wish to quote from Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. With these words, I pay special tribute and say thank you to our chairman, Mrs. Patricia Alexis, for her outpouring of love, commitment, and guidance to San Fernando East. We look forward to another term with you as you continue to ensure the San Fernando East constituency remains solid and the lead constituency in the People's National Movement. And my third tribute is to our Member of Parliament, the Honourable Randall Mitchell. We once described him as young, but those days have since passed. Undoubtedly, he remains the most handsome parliamentarian in the House of Representatives. We all knew, and we still know, he has large shoes to fill. He has demonstrated resilience, willingness, confidence, and loyalty to the people of San Fernando East. Our Member of Parliament ensures his presence in almost all of our activities. Our Member of Parliament continues to see the public every Tuesday, week after week, month after month. San Fernando East continue to support and stand with our Member of Parliament as the journey continues. The area managers of San Fernando East. Noteworthy are the area managers of our very own San Fernando East. They are by far the creme de la creme of the constituency. Dedication and commitment they carry within their hearts for this fine party of ours and by extension the constituency. When duty calls, no sacrifice is too great to ensure the success of this constituency. Recognition of their service for the term under review must be noted. For without their presence and constant vigilance within their areas, many of the projects set forth by the constituency would not have been successful as they were. Congratulations and a heartfelt thank you to the area managers of San Fernando East. Allow me to mention them, please. For Central, we have Ms. Anne-Marie Bab. For Courtier, we have Ms. Carleen Brage. For Marabella South Vista Bella, we have Ms. Dolores Moore. Monaco Navet, Nigel Coutier. Orchid Gardens, Ivy Pretty. Pitty Moon St. John, Gerard Kwame. Pleasantville, Shirley Nichols. St. Madeleine, June Christopher. And Taraday, Lynette Affley. Members, ladies and gentlemen, our work and achievement during the last term should serve to inspire even greater success in the coming year, during which elections are constitutionally due. Conclusion. My fellow constituents, the year under review was an extremely challenging one. As members of the San Fernando East constituency, known as the premier constituency, we are expected to be exemplars, a role which we admirably display with pride. As you know, members, strong leadership lies at the heart of successful organizational groups. Permit me, therefore, Madam Chairman, to publicly pay tribute to our political leader and Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley, whom I have seen evolved into what can only be described as a transformational leader. When we see a leader stand at the fore and place country ahead of self, national progress ahead of personal gratification, and duty to the people above all else, that is a leader we can stand in full support of. And so I thank you, the constituents and members of San Fernando East, for your overwhelming show of confidence in supporting our political leader to continue taking us forward through these critical times. Dr. Rowley, we, the membership of this great constituency, honor you in grateful appreciation for what you have done for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. May Almighty God continue to bless and keep you to do His will in the years ahead. I wish to publicly thank the Executive for their support during the term under review as your Secretary. Let us resolve to renew our commitment to the continued growth and development of the People's National Movement. May we grow from strength to continue to play that critical role in building our constituency, our party, and our nation. As I make my departure, I wish to quote a few lines from the Psalm of Life. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Let us remember to be kind to one another. Let us remember to show love to each other. Treat others in the manner you would like to be treated. And may Almighty God grant us eternal blessings. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and it shall prevail.
We have heard the Secretary's report. Are there any comments or queries? There being none, can I ask someone to please move that the report be adopted? Thank you. Can someone please second? Thank you. We have now come to the end of reports, and I now invite Mr. Kelvin Henry to grace us with his presence, who will entertain us in song. Ms. Kelvin Henry, can you give him a round of applause? Mr. Kelvin Henry, sorry.
Good evening, everyone.
I would like to invite His Worship, the Mayor of Point Fortin, Councillor Abdon Mason, to conduct the election of officers. His Worship, may I invite you to the podium.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. A couple weeks ago, I conducted the annual general meeting of the San Fernando East constituency, and I had to highlight Ms. Joni Williams that I think in the years that I've been given the responsibility to conduct annual general meetings, San Fernando East was the best. It was indicative of a constituency that is organized, that have their business in place, and they know exactly where they want to go. So here, what is my conundrum? I say to myself, San Fernando is easy. Just come and say what you one day, put it on the paper and go, and then I see the General Secretary come to supervise. So I can't do that. I would not have done that anyway. Permit me to recognize the Honorable Randall Mitchell, Member of Parliament for San Fernando East. Point man in Sando having a lot of fun. Permit me to recognize the continuing chairman, Ms. Patricia Alexis. And seeing that we have already established all the protocols for the evening, I would now like to indicate that all other protocols are observed. Now, I have a simple task, and I know it's simple because we're in San Fernando East, but I will still need to make sure that everything is copacetic, if that is the real word. Right. And it should mean what I want to say. Good. So just to be clear, now the document that Balizeo sent to me this time only have the conference delegates. And I know we should also have the group reps. So somebody could bring it up, I think. So this one we have the party group reps. This is the delegates. I just want to make sure that the people who participate in the evening's activities are the ones who are supposed to. Fear? Fear. I mean, it's fear. Don't instill fear, but I'm not be fear. I just want to make sure that we do the right way, and there's no substitute for excellence. And we can't want no shortcut and expect to get to the same place in the same manner and expect the same results. Excellence is excellence, so let's do the right way so that my boss sitting in the front there will not think about asking me to resign. He might ask for other reasons. Good. So permit me to be, so it should run in this way. Good. I just want to verify that what was indicated to me is what is existing here. So I have the list of group reps and constituency conference delegates. So I'll just quickly go through this for party group 1. This can be correct. This was name is Valerie 9. Valerie Toussaint. Yeah, Valerie 9 here. Roxanne Williams. So we have to do one here. I hope that doesn't create a challenge. Anthony Clark, Executive. Al Mar Simpson. They didn't come. But could somebody tell Junior Williams Ambassador, please? I am the returning officer. Carol Fiddler, Lisa Torres, that's Party Group 1. Party Group 2, Leslie Lynch, Suzette Fortune Halls, Lucia Bachu, Batchoo. I have some Grenadian in my family, so I can say Bachu. Good. Alicia Pitt, Keel County, there's a place in the States. Shade Grant. These are the people who are eligible to participate anyway. So if they are wrong, they can participate. Party Group 4, Renako Williams. Kareem Johnson, Kenneth Williams, Claire Boyce, I saw Claire. Monica Stout, Hannah Fergus, Party Group 5, Nikisha Wilson Archer, Marlon Mills, Melissa, Lord have mercy. The Vloot. Did I say something wrong there? That's the name, right? And we're still with Party Group 5, Melissa, Victor Vidal, Delia Bailey, Natalie Bristol. We jumped to 7, there's no 6. Denicia Batiste, Wendy Gibbs, Listra Charles, Marina Calise, Tanisha George, Clarion Allenby. We go to 908. I'm hoping that this is correct, and I'm only going to read what I'm seeing on the paper. If I make a mistake, Rudolph de Silva, Rudolph, Rulph, on the paper here. You saw it when you signed in. You saw the mistake they made. So it's not me who carry, right? Rudolph de Silva Clay, Patrovani, a bishop name, but Nicole Noel, and we only have 2 conference delegates, Sheila Sandy and Valerie Ellis, correct? Correct? Nobody was left out, right? 10, Patricia Alexis, Anisha Beach, Kenneth Prescott, Lance Noel, Erica Dorset, Rebecca Barrington. We go to 13, Declan Williams, Chanel Grant, Shaniqua John, Dylan Jules, Megan Reed, Katisha James. 14, Fidel Adonis, David Greenwich, Charmaine Batiste, Janice Patton, Michael Williams, Keith Critchlow. 15, Carol Joseph, Kern Sargent, Larry Alexander, Fitzgerald Dabo, Ingrid Ross, Carol Joseph. 17, Erica Taylor Phillip, Shirley Nichols, Kaylene Christopher. Spell this lady name wrong. Evelia Viale. That should be Evelyn Vialba. Is it Evelyn Vialba? Evelyn, but I have Evelia Vialia. So I call it as I see it. Me here butchering nobody name. Kathleen Small, Margaret Thompson, Roger Paris, Roger Blackman, Lisa Jones Cupid. Good. No mistake there. Kerry Jackson, Evelyn Paul, Robert Paris. Roger Paris, Robert Paris. All right. Understood. 19. Lynette Atlee, another Atlee. Teclicion, Andrea McFarlane, Kurt White, Nigel Atlee, Zira Atlee, whole Atlee family. 20. Joseph Kwame, Gerald Kwame, Taramati Rampasad, Nefertari Mitchell, Giyasi Mitchell, and Kimlin Rambaran. If it comes to you and it sounds like it's supposed to be, you take it and understand that I apologize. I only read what I have before me. 22, Lynette Grant. Now, if I make a mistake with that one, I will not be forgiven because I know the person well. Lynette Graget, Naveen Maharaj, Anthony Goodrich, Stephanie Harrison, Diane Charles, Florence Christopher. 23, Dolores Moore. ATTOI, Benjamin Fritz, and Tina Grunland Nunes. Calvin Hussein, Bernadette George, and Sideno. 25, June Christopher, Hugh Trotman, Stephanie Daniel, Cheryl Goodrich, Merle Stephen, Joycelyn Barrow. 27, Anne-Marie Bab, and Maureen Donovan, Bernadine Maynard. Michelle Baptiste Wells, Catherine Straker, Brenda Lee Glasgow. What party goes there is our race? There we go. 20, when am I reach? 27? 33. I ain't seen no 29. 27 and I go to 33. So who's there 29? So I get punished, General Secretary. Hope you're watching the tracks being made. 33. J. Thomas, Aliyah Gomes, Zahira Lisa. Jessica Brooke, whole family. Jessica Jabari and Jewel Brooks. All Brooks. 35. Bernadette and Carol Bledman, and Robert Brewster. Jennifer Ali and the sisters Lee, Joan and Janet Lee. Probably. 36, Eunice Benjamin, Cheryl Elder Rock, Trisha Bernard, Kendrick Sylvester, Carol Kojo, Tamara Nibs. 41, Ivy Preddy, Joan Allen, Maxine Thomas, Anthony Smith, Dana Bujan, and Joanne Gonzalez. Bujan. 43, Nigel Coutier, Katie Mejias, Pamela Lloyd, Mishka Gilbert, Natalie Hilbert, Ayinde Small. I've got that one, right? 45, Raul Batiste, Alexander George, Patricia Wilson. Hollis, Clifton, Victor Lorega, Erlin Joseph. Women's League, Abigail Cox, Jimmy Dandy, I want to see there. Alicia Gomes, Jean George, Rhonda Khan, nothing unusual over there. Over here, AJ Coffey, Jimmy Mitchell, Rhea Matisse. Is there anyone who was supposed to be on this list that didn't get their names? Good, we can continue. So one of the first responsibilities I have to fulfill is to assist you in securing your 3 representatives to General Council. And the floor is now open for nominations for that. This is a small, and he nominated Patricia Alexis, Abigail Cox, and Mr. Alexander George. Is there a seconder for that? Ms. Gonzalez seconded. Somebody is recording her. Are there any other nominations? Once, twice, third and final time, there being none, San Fernando East, your representatives at the General Council will be Patricia Alexis, Abigail Cox, and Alexander George. But you know that we are having a convention on the 10th of November, and you should be represented by 3 persons, so I invite you to nominate 3 persons as your delegates to the annual convention. Sudipai, they gave me a microphone, not a hearing aid. I cannot hear you at all. Mr. Paris, help her.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, my dear.
I, Susan Allen, delegate Uma Williams, Erica Taylor, and Kenneth Williams.
Is there a seconder for that nomination, those nominations? So are there any other nominations? Once, twice, third and final time, there being none. The 2 names that the gentleman called, that the lady called, are your convention delegates. I just want to say that it's been a pleasure being here. I was pointing out to someone that it's always good to be in the presence of fellow soldiers in the army of the PNM, because our mission is to save Trinidad and Tobago, a mission that you're on course to achieve. Right now, we just need to hold on to the balance wheel and take ourselves over the finish line. Once we are able to win the 2020 general election, we'll ensure that the PNM will stay in government for another 20 years. We would have transformed the economy. We would have put Trinidad and Tobago on the right path, a path that no one in their right mind will take us off. So all I'm asking you soldiers to do is to renew your resolve every day and understand that you're doing this one for your country, your children, and your children's children. You're doing the right thing, and let no one deter you from the right path. God's blessings to all of you.
The introduction of the Member of Parliament. I invite Ms. Shanika Clifton to do that introduction.
talk to you in French Creole, also known as patois. Well, he might be able to teach me a word or two, because since I come over from Grenada as a little girl, I don't really remember the patois so good. I am what people describe a green Trebegonian, because my mother's parents is from Grenada and my family settled here in Trinidad and Tobago, but the railway I get that true name is because my name is Pilar, the Piero Bernard from Palo Seco, where people say I live quite and down there, the North people, when they come down, say it's a real mosquito. But that's not true. If you come down there another time, you could even go and bathe down there in sweet Lossy Road. Yes, man. But, you see, in this tradition, I am what they call a griot or a storyteller. Permit me, I'm not really accustomed to standing up in one space, you know. But for this auspicious occasion, I will, of course, work with a compromise and confine myself to this little space. But not quite big. You see, what happened is, I am a storyteller that spells, but not like how I learned to spell in school, you know. You see that spelling letter for letter? That is for ABC school teacher. How I really learned to spell is the chicken in the car, go. That's the way they spell Chicago. Right? So anytime the teacher asks me to spell C-H and I, I'm confused because I only learned to spell in that way. So let me go for that easy one. Anybody can spell Trinidad? Well, let's take it too long. If you live in Trinidad and you have a car, what you call it? A Trinidad. That's the way you spell Trinidad. But earlier we don't want no moving land and commerce here, you know. You cannot forget Tobago. So the right way to spell Tobago. An old lady from the village of Kokie tell me, you see, have a word for everything, we just say tobacco. So you see, all you here looking expensive at this annual conference of delegates, dress up to all your finest. Like last month, all they went on a shopping spree, that all they went tobacco, buying everything, and put on all their fancy dandan for all us to see. But when it's at times that hard, and you're waiting on mountain, and your pocket dry, it's then self you're moving, mingling. Yes, mingling. So you only going with one shopping bag, you can't shop for all, you're only shopping for one, and as the Venezuelans say, uno, I only buying for me solo. So we take off the I from that two bag and put the O for only one uno and put it together, Tobago. That's the way you spell Tobago. I teach you something. Well, you see, they tell me I mustn't take too long, you know. There's plenty stories that people will tell me. So I wouldn't let the cat out of the bag yet. But I will tell you one thing. You see, there's a young lady that is a good friend of mine. Well, Makome have a different meaning now, but Makome in Patois tradition is your good, close and personal bosom friend. So this young lady here, I am welcoming her today and I'm so proud of her for excellence. I am introducing to you the youth officer, Miss Anisha Beach. Say, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the youth officer, Miss Anisha Beach. Let's hear Ladies and gentlemen, as you
can see, this is not an ordinary conference of delegates. This is because we are not an ordinary constituency. Round of applause. We are San Fernando East and we operate with excellence. My name is Alicia Beach and I am the youth officer of the San Fernando East Youth League. It is with great pleasure that I stand here today with my head held high to introduce our next speaker. He is a son of San Fernando East, Corky to be exact. He is a presentation old boy, an attorney, a scholar, an entrepreneur, a mentor, a minister. As the youth officer, I beam with pride when I state that he is one of the youngest members of cabinet and one of the youngest members of parliament. But his wisdom, steadfastness, and capabilities have proven that age is nothing but a number. I've had the pleasure of working with him closely, and I can positively say without a doubt that he has a vision for young people. His encouragement never wavers, and his support is strong, and that strength is what we need to push forward. He has taken up a mantle from his predecessor, the late, great Patrick Manning, which is a job that requires a special type of commitment. This is a task that may have proven difficult for some, but we are San Fernando East. We produce nothing short of excellence. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Minister of Tourism and my Member of Parliament, the Honorable Fernando Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Ms. Beach, for that very flattering, warm, and complimentary introduction. I didn't even recognize myself in there, but thank you very much. And to the Peregrinade, Ms. Pearl Hamilton. Give her a round of applause, please. What creativity. I know that we've been through the salutations, but permit me again to go through. Deputy Political Leader, PNM, Ms. Jodie Williams. General Secretary of the People's National Movement, Senator Foster Cummings. Field Officer of the People's National Movement, Returning Officer and also Mayor of the Borough of Point Fortin, Mr. Abdul Mason. Minister of Housing and MP for Point Fortin, my very good friend, Mr. Edmund Dillon. My very close colleague, Member of Parliament for Laventille East Morva, and newly minted Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Public Utilities, Mr. Adrian Leons. Members of the San Fernando City Council, present here, Mr. Robert Paris, Mr. Philip Montano, Mr. Teresa Lynch, and Ms. Maxine Thomas. Chairman of the San Fernando East Executive, Ms. Patricia Alexis. Members of the San Fernando East Executive and Constituency Group. Members of the People's National Movement. I recognize Chairman of the Pointe-a-Pierre constituency, Mr. Andrew Alves. Distinguished guests, member of the media, Mr. Hollis Clifton, always with us. Thank you very much, Mr. Hollis Clifton. Please give Mr. Clifton a round of applause. Always with us here in San Fernando East. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Members of San Fernando East and our distinguished guests, it is my privilege to celebrate with you at our 49th annual conference this afternoon. And it is always great to be here in this community of Pleasantville, as Minister Dillon suggested, the capital of San Fernando East. And from the outset, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to congratulate the chairman of the committee, our illustrious and ever so experienced Ms. Abigail Cox, and the members of the conference committee for the planning, organization, dedication, and commitment to the welfare of this organization, the People's National Movement, and your commitment to its standing procedures. I congratulate the members of the conference committee for continuing to demonstrate that we here in San Fernando East demonstrate an outstanding quality that is synonymous with excellence. And it is this outstanding quality that this constituency continues to exemplify, and which now provides the theme for this year's conference, Operation Excellence. For my part, the quality of being excellent has been in operation, and it has been pursued by San Fernando East for a long time, much longer than I have been your member of parliament and even a member of this constituency. But setting the theme, as the conference committee did, serves to remind us all of the standard that we must consistently attain as we represent San Fernando East in the political arena. Very simply, excellence is the quality of being outstanding or being very good at something. And in San Fernando East, we have made a habit of being outstanding every time we carry out the aims and objectives of the People's National Movement. It's just in our blood. This constituency conference, I'm sure you will agree with me, is an example of the very excellence that we are here to celebrate. The layout, the planning, the coordination. Committee chairman and members of the committee, you all have outdone yourselves once again. But for our purposes here today, it is useful to discuss where our culture for excellence comes from. What sets San Fernando East apart? What makes San Fernando East stand out as a flagship constituency in the People's National Movement? Of course, the answer would depend on who you ask. Some may say, well, it's Patrick Manning's constituency and he has been the Member of Parliament for over 40 years. And he had set the culture of excellence from the very beginning that carries on today. Or some may say, well, this is where Deputy Political Leader Joan Williams, this is her constituency. And for those of you who know Joan Williams, you know that she is very stern and a stickler for procedure and process and discipline within the People's National Movement. Or some may even go as far back as pre-1971 and suggest that this lasting legacy was sown by Dr. Eric Williams and by the then Member of Parliament, Mr. Gerard Montano. Any or all or combination of any of those can be true. But serving as your representative the last 4 years, I can proffer an additional reason that sets us here in San Fernando East apart. And that reason is that there is a common thread that binds us all in San Fernando East. And that common thread is the passion and love that we have for this part of Trinidad. The passion and love that we have for the people that make up San Fernando East. And the PNM, the vehicle through which its aims and objectives allows us to practice that love that we have for this place and for the people that live here. This, I believe, sets us apart. For us in San Fernando East, we are not solely motivated to coalesce, to fight and win elections. Our core group is not motivated by the spoils after a successful election battle. And this is why I believe in other constituencies where there are no spoils, whether in or out of government, the motivation for participation in the People's National Movement is diminished In San Fernando East, our love for this small part of Trinidad, our passion for the people who call here home, forms the basis for why we will always strive to spread the gospel of the People's National Movement and to ensure that the People's National Movement controls the development of Trinidad and for the development in San Fernando. It is why our area management system is so robust and resilient and effective. Because our area managers come from the very communities in which they represent, in which we all seek to represent. And to ensure that we continue to guide the development of Trinidad and Tobago and San Fernando East, our pursuit of excellence must be relentless in everything that we do. Our Women's League must remain the backbone of our constituency here in San Fernando East. It must continue to stand out, defend San Fernando East, and defend the principles of the People's National Movement in everything that it does. And our incoming and continuing chairman, under Chairman, Vice Chairman Joan Allen, I am certain that it will continue to do so. Our Youth League must step up and be the leaders of the young people, leaders of the next generation here in San Fernando East and in the national community. Through Anisha Beach and Shanika Curtin, we will continue to be the beacon of light for the young people in our national community. Our constituency group and executive must continue to function with ruthless efficiency and effectiveness. This is no time for holding position's sake. We have some very, very serious battles ahead in this never-ending war for political dominance. Chairman Alexis and Vice Chairman George, I urge that you continue to ensure that we are always geared up for battle and that there is no place in San Fernando East for complacency. Ceding government, whether local or national, is not an option for us. This is no time for us to fall for the 2010 Cambridge Analytica type psychological manipulation that caused us to lose office, that caused us defeat in 2010. And we now know how they did it. This is no time for distractions. You know, another distraction that constantly comes to me, people come up to me, MP, I hear you're not going up. MP, why are you not going up? And I ask why. Why do you ask that? Because I hear so. Ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another psychological distraction that is targeted to demotivate us in San Fernando East from the political battle that is ahead. As long as you will have me, I will continue to serve all the constituents here in San Fernando East as your Member of Parliament and as your representative in the House of Representatives. And it will always be my desire to serve you. So members, I wish to thank each and every one of you for your commitment. Your commitment to the tenets of the People's National Movement and for your love and passion for this place that we call San Fernando East. I wish to thank each and every one of you for your love and support and for your words of encouragement. They truly mean a lot, especially when facing such difficult times. Especially, I want to thank the chairman of the constituency, Ms. Patricia Alexis, for her unwavering support of me, of this, and of this great constituency that we call San Fernando East. As green and as fledgling as we were in 2015, we both, Patricia Alexis, we have done a commendable job in taking this constituency forward, guided by our love for San Fernando East.
Thank you again, Madam Secretary, Ms. Cox, for your chairmanship, for your experience and knowledge of this great party, and for steering this very seamless conference in accordance with our standard for excellence. Congratulations to all the newly elected members of the executive. And I take the opportunity to thank all past members of all past executives for their commitment and love to this great party and to San Fernando East. We have much work to do in the coming months, and I ask that we be guided by our love for our party and our love for this community as we face the issues and challenges that confront us in San Fernando. This is no time for complacency, and this is no time for second guessing. This is the time to stand with our party and to stand with our political leader and Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley. I am grateful as always for the opportunity to address the 49th Annual Conference of Delegates, and I remain as always, one of you, serving you. I thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Member of Parliament, the Honourable Fernando Mitchell. Quickly into entertainment by Mr. Joshua Hines. Mr. Joshua Hines is a former student of St. Benedict's College. He plays the steel pan, piano, African drums, reads and writes music. He has won the title of Music Festival Champion in the Boys 13 to 15 vocal solo. He has won and has been finalist in numerous calypso competitions in various parts of Trinidad. His repertoire extends to contemporary, R&B, and gospel. His versatility extends to acting, as he has acted in The Taming of the Shrew in one of the lead roles of Hortensio. Recently, he played the star in a play called Under Red Water, in which he was credited for an excellent performance. He also presently holds the title of Mr. Sanfest 2018, winning 4 of 5 categories. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Joshua Hines.
Turn your mic off.
Many times we tell
Mike.
Gentlemen, many times we tend to look at the negative happening in our country, but there's so much positive that has happened and is continuing to happen. There's so much to be proud of. We have the steel pan, we have calypso, we have soca, we have chutney music. It's time that we show some national pride. National pride.
When we
national pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua Hines. We now move right into the installation of officers, so I invite the General Secretary of the People's National Movement, Senator Foster Cummings, to do the installation of officers.
Very much, Patricia Alexis, Constituency Chairman, Member of Parliament, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Fernando Mitchell, members of the Executive, MP Leons, His Worship, Mayor, and members of this audience. Let's move right into it. We've had a lot of speeches for the evening, so I shall not any longer, except to say that I see the member of the leader of the opposition spent quite a lot of her time last week Sunday at the Congress falling in love with me. I want to tell her that I'm happily married and not interested, so that she can try and lead the members of the PNM leadership alone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gearing up for two elections, a local election and general election. We must beat them in the local, we must whip them in the general. The UNC must never walk the corridors of power in Trinidad and Tobago again. So as we opened our central regional office in Shoguanas Saturday the 17th, the very next day the leader of the opposition went into panic mode because they did not expect to see a Balize house in central Trinidad. Did you see the pictures? You see how good we're looking? Well, they see it too. And they go into panic mode. And therefore, when you're in panic mode, you tend to do foolish things. You tend to say foolish things. You behave sort of icky. And that is what is happening with Kamala Prasad Bisas at this point in time. Let her go and explain how SIS built the house in the Philippines. That's what she needs to explain. Not whether I am a businessman or not. My friend there, Selvon Mitchell. Right? I did this thing long time, you know. I'm not a politician playing businessman, a businessman politician. Let her accept that, and no contractor didn't build my house. But I will deal with that another day. Anxiously waiting to deal with that, you know. When we had that meeting in Port of Spain in City Hall, a man came up to the podium and he gave the political leader a sign. Anybody here was there? You were there? And when I heard Kamala attacking me last week, I remember this sign. And it says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like grass and wither as the green grass." All right. Let's do the installation officers. Chairman, welcome. As I call your name, you want to stand right where you are, or you want to come down. What do you want to do? This is Fernando, you're in charge. You'll go down. Excellent. Congratulate your re-elected chairman, Ms. Patricia Alexis. Mrs. Vice Chairman Alexander George. Lady Vice Chairman Joan Allen. Secretary Abigail Cox. Assistant Secretary Lynette Granger. That's not G-I-N-G-R. I grew up knowing that as Granger. Youth Officer, Anisha Beach. Chairman of the Youth League, Shanika Curtin. Treasurer, is that Naveen Maraj or Naveen Maraj? Naveen. Social Media Officer, Colin Sargent. PRO, Nigel Coutier. Election Officer, Delcon Williams. Education Officer, Kenneth Williams. Field Officer, Erica Taylor. Welfare Officer, Anne-Marie Bag. Committee members, Larry Alexander, Kenneth Prescott, Anthony Clark, Dave Kwame, Dolores Moore, Ann Donowa, Shirley Nichols, Lynette Atlee, June Christopher, and Ivy Preddy. Members of San Fernando East Executive, let me say to you that you have been given a responsibility to manage the affairs of the PNM in San Fernando East, along with your Member of Parliament for the next term. It is our expectation at the leadership of the party that you will do so in a very committed and dedicated fashion, that you will represent the PNM and ensure that the PNM is victorious at the polls when elections are called, both at local and general level. And in addition, you will increase the fortunes of the People's National Movement in your constituency. That is to say, that you will increase the number of votes that we got from the last election when we faced the polls on the next occasion. In doing so, I congratulate each and every one of you and invite your Member of Parliament, the Member of Parliament for Lavengelis Nova and his Bishop Mayor to join me in congratulating. Typical San Fernando East style, they have pin. Right? Joe Newell kind of thing.
Mr. Cummings. Executive members, can you please take your seats so we can proceed? Before we move on, I just want to also acknowledge the Field Officer of Tobago, Mr. Marlon David. We're happy to have you with us. And our good friend, San Fernando East friend, Mr. Linus Rogers. Thank you so much for being here. Please allow me to go to the podium for this segment. We have one part of the segment that is not on the program, but we will move very quickly in the interest of time. In San Fernando East, we believe in gratitude, and we believe that those who serve, they need to be commended and encouraged, and we must acknowledge their service. And so today, we have been very honored, that is the San Fernando East constituency, to have a secretary that has served as secretary for 19 years. A round of applause, please. That's not ordinary. And we also have an assistant secretary that has served for 18 years. So I'll start with the assistant secretary, Ms. Lynette Granger. It's French. Is well known for her political affiliation and avid support for the People's National Movement. You can find her on any given day advocating and promoting the policies of the People's National Movement, which are an intrinsic part of her belief system. Lynette, better known as Colleen, has been actively involved in politics since 1991, where she has functioned and continues to function within the constituency of San Fernando East, especially in the electoral district of Coquille. Some of her highlights are committee member of the San Fernando East Women's League presently, chairman of Party Group 22, Coquille 2016 to present, area manager of Coquille 2014 to present, Assistant Secretary, San Fernando East Constituency, 2002 to present. Secretary of the San Fernando East Women's League, 2017 to 2019. Operations Officer for Coquille in the local government election, 2016. PRO for the San Fernando East Women's League, 2016. Vice Chairman of Party Group 22, 2010 to 2016. Assistant Area Manager for Coquille 2007 to 2014, Assistant Campaign Manager, Election Agent for Local Government Elections 2013, Assistant Campaign Manager, Election Agent for Local Government Elections 2010, Committee Member of the San Fernando East Constituency 1999 to 2002. While these may be some of the official positions held thus far, Ms. Granger consistently continues to work behind the scenes and encourages everyone, young and old, to get involved in the People's National Movement. Colleen's support for the San Fernando East constituency and by extension the Member of Parliament, the Honourable Randall Mitchell, is unparalleled. Lynette Granger lives and breathes PNM, so much so that anywhere you encounter Lynette Colleen Granger, you will hear her say, "Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we shall prevail." And I want to add that very often she says she is so in love with this PNM that she feels she could eat the Balizi. Colleen, on behalf of the Member of Parliament, myself, all members of the executive, we would like to just simply say thank you. And I now invite Mr. Mitchell, if you could just join me for a few minutes. And I now also invite Ms. Carden Gradually to receive a very small token on our behalf, just to say thank you and acknowledge your outstanding service. Don't cry.
On behalf of San Fernando East and People's National Movement, present to you this small token in recognition of your commitment and to your loyalty to San Fernando East and the People's National Movement. Thank you.
We now move on to Miss Abigail Cox, who has been harassing me all evening. Didn't you say there's a chairman's award? Didn't you say there's a chairman's award? Miss Cox, there's only one chairman. Miss Abigail Cox entered into the political arena at the age of 14 and showed tremendous potential amongst her peers at that time. Her keen interest in the development of her community led to her becoming the chairman of Youth Party Group 1, based in the electoral district of Pleasantville. Abigail's growth in the PNM continued when she was elected as the Youth League Secretary for the constituency of San Fernando East, and she continued to serve in this position until the age of 25. When our former Member of Parliament, the Honourable Patrick Manning, deceased, encouraged her to put herself forward to serve as the youngest secretary in the history of the constituency, a position, as I said, she still holds to this date. Youth Party Group 1 transitioned to an adult party group, and while she served as the chairman of this group for many years, she now serves as the public relations officer. The entire constituency is proud of her accomplishments and was proud of her accomplishments at such a young age. She was further bestowed the opportunity to serve her community as the councillor for Pleasantville. To date, Ms. Abigail Cox continues to serve at various levels of the PNM as a member of the Operations Committee and a member of the General Council. She is a former member of the board of HDC and currently is the manager in the Unemployment Relief Program, charged with the task of project managing various government projects throughout the country. Currently, Ms. Cox is pursuing her master's degree in project management from the University of Bedfordshire in the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the importance of a strong secretary, and Abigail Cox has been nothing less than a Trojan of a secretary for the San Fernando East constituency. Miss Abigail Cox. I invite you to join me, along with the Member of Parliament, my dear heart.
Ms. Abigail Cox, you have shown me from 2008 when I joined this party nothing but love and open welcoming arms. Today with this small token,
thank you for being committed and loyal to San Fernando East and to the People's National Movement, and for encouraging all new members, encouraging all the people in San Fernando East to support the People's National Movement, to support the principles of the People's National Movement. With this small token, we say thank you.
Lots of love in San Fernando East. So we move right into the entertainment. Lots of love. We move right into the entertainment. We now invite Nigel O'Connor and Marissa Kagan. Nigel and Marissa, they are also considered family in this constituency. They have been with us throughout the years. We feel as if we cannot have an event without them present. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nigel O'Connor and Marissa Kagan.
Good evening, everyone.
Pleasant evening, teacher, everyone.
So we are going to end of the convention. I'm just one of the gentlemen we are in the movement for this one. Come on, are you want me to go? The guy who will be greater. The guy who will be greater. The guy who will be greater. If you want me to go, the guy who will be greater. The guy who will be greater. The guy who will be greater. I don't know what to do, so I need. That's what you give me no reason. And that was easy. Mash up music just so. But you don't understand when you watch it. I said I don't do anything, but it's all just so. I don't know what's in the world. Let's go. Watch it. You put it on the down by the roadside. You put it on the roadside. Can't believe you're ready to give up on me just so. But if you want me to go, you gotta be greater. You gotta be greater. You gotta be greater. If you want me to go, you gotta be greater. You gotta be greater. You gotta be greater. No matter what I say, you'll hear. This is the love disappearing. On the throne and come on disappearing. Mash up the thing just so. When I'm in your mind, tell me. That is a joke. So it's a joke. You think it's the world. You know. What's your back on the road? You put it on the ground by the roadside. You tell me that I want to play the one side. Why? Can't believe you're ready to be all on me just so. But if you want me to go, you gotta know
and everyone. All protocol observed. My task this evening is going to be very short and sweet and just to the point. I know you all have a long evening already. I would like to take the opportunity on behalf of the San Fernando East Executive to thank everyone who made this event a successful event. We want to take the time to acknowledge the registration team. Can you give a round of applause, please? The ushers, you, the members of the public, and all special invited guests, the DJ, Mr. Corbin Henry, MC, better known as Pastor Google, the entertainment lineup, the Ship Shakti Dance Company, Nigel and Mauricia, Mr. Joshua Hines, Mrs. Delina Roberts, and Pirot Granny. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Pirot Granny.
Right.
Pirot Granny.
I would also like to take the opportunity to thank the mayor of Point 14, Mr. Abdul Nisan, Honorable Major General, retired Major General Dillon, retired Edmund Dillon, Senator Foster Cummins, General Secretary of the People's National Movement, and there are two members of the executive who are not with us this afternoon, and I must make mention, Ms. Shirley Nichols and Ms. Dolores Moore. We want to thank them for their contribution as well. And I must say a special thanks to Mrs. Patricia Alexis. She has been with us and really been supportive to the San Fernando East Executive as she continues to build back the San Fernando East constituency. Right? But it's all well and good to thank everybody who are here today, but just one thing though. All of this would not have been possible without the hard-working committee led by Ms. Abigail Cox and a hard-working team. And we must continue to support the San Fernando East constituency. We're going to continue to build and move forward. And I just want to take the opportunity just to say thank you so much for all the dedication, the support, and the love that you all have put out for San Fernando East, and we will give that in return. So in concluding, I want to say, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we shall be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now declare the 49th Annual Conference of Delegates for the San Fernando East constituency closed. I thank you. Please return safely. There are refreshments. Please don't leave without getting your refreshments. Thank you again.